Step 1. Measuring actual performance.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. OMG.
Step 2. Comparing actual performance against standard. My target is 50 kg. In January, I was 59, February 58, March 57, looking good. April 57, no decrease. May 59, June. Oh my gosh, what's happening now? Step 3. Take action. Gonna do 100 push-ups a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,000 years later. 99, 100. Yay! Hi guys, we're now taking a look at the control process, and there are 3 steps. So here they are. Let's take a look at them one by one. Step 1, measuring actual performance. So how do you measure it? A lot of ways. Like you can stand on a weighing scale. That's me. Well, for a company, you can either do like personal observations, statistical reports. You can ask for feedback, gather data. There are many ways to collect information. So what do we measure? It depends on what the company is looking out for. If the company wants to take care of finance, then they should measure profit. If the company wants to take care of employee, then they should measure employee satisfaction. So what you want to measure or what the company wants to measure will depend on the goals or the strategy of the company. Step 2, comparing actual against standard. So of course, when you compare what is your goal versus what you are right now, it is the degree of variation. So it depends. Like sometimes it can be acceptable deviation. Like if my goal is 50 kg and if I'm now 50.01, that's fine. But if my goal is 50 kg and I'm now 63 kg, that is not fine. Okay, your variation has got to be in an acceptable standard. So for example, if say your company wants to have a $40 million revenue, in actual fact they had $39.9 million in revenue, versus if your company wants $40 million in revenue and in actual fact they only had $20 million in revenue, which one matters? The first one, not really yet. The variation is very small, whereas for the second case, the variation is big. So when the variation is small, there's no actions need to be taken. But if the variation is big, then a lot of actions are required. Step 3, taking action. So either scenario 1, you do nothing. There's no actions required because deviation is insignificant. Or you take action. All right, you take immediate corrective action. You need to quickly correct the problem and you have to do something. Like me, immediately I'm going to do 100 push-ups a day. All right, immediately I'm going to go for my my runs every night, not just in the mornings. So for companies, immediately they have to go to do something. They have to either change their business strategy, either change their corporate structure, their employees, change the management or whatever. If that's not the problem, then probably they should revise the standard. So if like I want to aim to be 50 kg, but sometimes I don't know, is it, if it's not realistic, then I should probably revise my standard. Maybe for my height, 55 kg is enough. I don't have to go all the way down to 50. 50 maybe it's underweight already. And for companies, probably certain standards are not realistic and therefore need to revise it and make it more feasible, more achievable, more attainable. So the decision making in control process can be illustrated in a chart like this, where you first start off with an objective, a standard, like I want to be 50 kg. Then next you measure the current actual status. So right now it's 63 kg. What? And then you compare it with your standard. I want to be 50. I have a 13 kg difference. My gosh. Is the standard being attained? No. Is the variance acceptable? 13 kg, no way. Is the standard acceptable? Well, I think for my height, 50 kg is okay. Yes. Identify the cause of variation. Oh, well, I guess I don't do enough exercise and I eat a lot of snacks. And next, I correct my performance. So hopefully, I really do and I take the correct action. Okay, so that's all for this chapter.